can toss that in your fire tonight. The green paper, read the top in the first half and the bottom in the second half. Like she can do it once or twice, like whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
But she came up with the stat pack. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm like, we just give it to they hand it out.
If they're not used to it, that's a.
Yeah.
Okay. And we welcome you back here to the gym at Linden Fieldhouse. We've heard from both head coaches. I'll ask Coach Daryl Olson here. I kind of asked him about coaching through the clutter, and they can't really talk too much about it, but we all read the paper. We all know that Marysville Pilchuck or Marysville School District, really, they didn't know if they were having winter sports.
I know it, and that's just a shame as an educator that was in it for. Well, I'm still in it as a coach for over 40 years. It's just a crying shame that anything comes to that. I think they've got some solid leadership in there now on an interim basis. They're looking at all options, and quite frankly, all options have to be on the table. I believe that there's community buy-in now to what they're suggesting, and that is closing schools. They're going to have to do something to save this district. It can't go bankrupt. The state's not going to let it go bankrupt. But at the same time, you have to continue to offer programs for your kids. You can't have kids after school not having anything to do. And that's just got danger written all over it. So it's going to take a collective effort of everybody, not just the administration. It's going to be coaches, it's going to be teachers, and there's going to probably be an ask to make some sacrifices. And then people have to ask themselves, is it worth the sacrifice? I mean, and if coaching stipends are cut, those are hard questions and hard answers, but it's difficult. I mean,
how do you keep the athlete? You've done it. It doesn't matter if it's something happened at school, something happened in downtown, something happened nationally. How do you keep them focused? Okay, guys, at 2:30, we got to do this. And tonight at 7 o'clock, the ball's going to be in the air.
Yeah, you can only control what you can control.
Right.
And so they're kids. I think that was a large part of it. You need help from home. You hope that the messaging at home is stable, and kids are getting the right. I don't know if they want information or how you want to say it, but they are kids. We owe it to them. That's why we have the schools, and we'll just see how things progress. I don't know. I honestly don't know, Tom, and I'm still in touch with a lot of the coaches that are coaching golf, and I'm still connected with all the other sports, but I think there's uncertainty with the coaches too. I mean, last spring, talking to them, they weren't sure what programs were going to be cut.
Right.
I mean, and you start with what you want to quote unquote, the minor sports, the non-revenue producing sports, and you're not talking about just golf. You're talking swimming. You're talking cross country. You're talking soccer. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. And if you're just going to cut freshman program, what do you do with your ninth graders?
Right.
If you're going to cut JV programs, what do you do with your sophomores and juniors? I mean, these are decisions that are just going to rock the school district.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know as much as I'm told by them and what I read in the paper, and we just go with that.
We talked about having 7 new coaches on the boys' side, both 3A and 4A. Mount Lake Terrace, their new coach is Johnny Phillips, replaces Nayland Sood. Arlington, Drew Bryson is the new head coach, replaces Nick Brown. Here at Pilchuck, it's Renee Pedroza, replaced last year's coach Jeremiah Ripley. Edmonds Woodway, Tyler Geving, replaces Robert Brown. Mariner has a new coach, Tim Prater, replacing Michael Hoshaw. Stanwood, Garrett Glick replaces Josh Thayer. And Cascade, Chris Gordon, replacing Shane Stennison. Boy, that's just a lot of turnover.
That's a lot of turnover. That's a lot of new faces on the sidelines.
And so it's going to be fun to watch. And